Welcome back, YouTube. This is Acid's Wire. So this is part 5 of the Van Helsing playthrough as far as those pitches kind of happen with it. Just within the fair here. So we're going to get the shotgun in this particular episode just within the pitch behind it. But I just had to say it's kind of a doofy situation as to how simple it kind of particularly was. Just didn't realize the concept of it last time. Did watch like a walkthrough of this, and he just zip lines right up pretty easily. So it's just within the fair. I think like part of the partial problem about this is just the fact that I go like interjecting amounts of times between playing these games, and I just forget. Like it teaches you in stage 0, like in the tutorial, damn near, or at least maybe even like the beginning of this particular stage where you zip line across like the crevice and stuff, that it teaches you to use like the hook shot, but I just had already forgotten it. And this is kind of within the concept of the game, and it's a natural assumption about it, but just assuming that you're going to play past like the opening 3 or 5 minutes within the game to kind of get more towards it as within the fair. But it's just kind of within the console, you just zip line right up. I kind of thought it was a doofy type situation as to how much that had me tricked last time, but I sense more moments like that popping up within this game, just within the fair behind it. I mean, I didn't realize that this is a particular puzzle type game. It's not really as much like it was a full-bound puzzle, but I think there probably will be puzzle elements in this particular game. But the thing about it is there's a boss fight in this particular, not this episode, it's not going to be in episode 5 here, but it is going to be in episode 6 and the rest of the gameplay segment that I kind of had stationed for this, just being able to say that this boss particularly whoops my ass in this particular fair. And this is kind of the concept there as far as saying that you would think that you would, when you go to the trouble of getting like a new weapon, normally that's what you would wind up using on such enemies, but the actual thing about it is the shotgun is damn near almost worthless against this boss that you're going to fight in this stage. So this is kind of concept. It does make a lot of sense, but that's how it kind of particularly happens. And it will actually wants you to use like the guns as far as those particular draws kind of happen. So you're supposed to just stay away from the boss and just keep shooting him a whole bunch, and then just avoid him when he pounds the ground in some of those type of pitches. But that had me fooled in this particular episode. I wasn't sure because I would have figured, use the shotgun on big enemies like that. You think when they work on things like zombies, which are, I don't know if zombies are in this particular game, but just like the concept of what particularly goes on. I'm just questioning what's going to happen here as far as those fairs going to happen later. So I'm thinking that boss might be Frankenstein or Frankenstein's monster, however you want to look after it, just within the fair. But just being able to say, I remember Frankenstein being in the Van Helsing movie. I want to say that Dracula might have been as well. I'm not as full-bound kind of sure, but I'm sure that there's like a horrorcore kind of score of like these type folks that are going to be in this particular game as far as those pitch can have. Maybe not Wolfman, maybe not the Loch Ness monster, but yeah, the creature from the Black Lagoon, whatever that one's called, as far as those pitch can happen. Just had to say, but it's just within the aspect. It does have some pretty good horror type fare just in the tone behind it, but just kind of has the delivery. So I was just trying to figure out as far as what to do here, just kind of checking the layout, just trying to see if they can give me like some hints as far as this pitch is going to happen. But it does get figured out. Me just pressing like the observe button, which is the circle button as far as this pitch can happen. But it's just kind of, you just have to know in particular what to do. It's just, yeah, see how simple that was, this kind of concept. Now, I don't remember. I did this like last week as far as those pitches kind of happen with it, but I want to say it's like L1, R1, and circle. It's really not. Like the controls behind it, I think most people who play this game probably will have it figured out as long as you play it in like a standard junction. If you're just not going weeks between playing this game like I kind of am, this is in the pitch behind it. But yeah, we're gonna pick up the shotgun here, which doesn't do anything, and I'm just questioning. And the thing about, I don't understand why the shotgun is such a doofy kind of item, an idiotic kind of item. It's just kind of within the pitch behind it. It really doesn't help that much. I mean, you would think a shotgun which shoots like multiple BBs as far as those pitches kind of happen would kind of have the tone as far as being able to knock out like multiple enemies within those fairs, but it just takes them out. Yeah, my computer's really trying to do an update here, and it's kind of starting to get on my nerves. This one thing I hate about Windows computers is just the fact that they are persistent about doing updates. More so than Macintosh, I'd have to say. It's just kind of within the tone that a Windows computer just is persistent about getting updates done. I just have been avoiding it just because I have so many reviews on my computer, but it's basically like a daily menace as far as dealing with that. But I forgot what I was saying here. Yeah, I mean, you would think a shotgun shooting multiple BBs that it would take out multiple enemies at once. Like in the Halo series, a shotgun particularly will take out, I mean, as long as you're close enough to them. I mean, I think everyone knows that a shotgun is almost worthless from a distance, but it's just kind of the concept. It doesn't really take out a score of these particular folks that kind of swarm you all at once. because it just seems like the shotgun is a decent item, but it's not the best item from what I gathered from it. I mean, it blows them back, you know, just with the sense behind it, but it is kind of, I don't know why it didn't work against that damn boss. It's kind of within the pitch behind it, just being able to say amongst that, but this is kind of the concept there. So, but yeah, on top of that, Van Helsing's health, between him being weaker when he gets his hat knocked off or something within that, I don't know if he gets weaker, if it just is like the aspect that, like basically that he just takes more damage or something within that relative type tone. It just is kind of the concept as far as saying, I think it's you either get like bonus points. I don't know the depiction. I mean, there has to be a reason why Van Helsing can get his hat knocked out, because he wants his hat on. It's just kind of within the pitch behind him, but it's just kind of the pair between trying. I pick up the hat in one of these gameplay segments here, and then the boss winds up killing me. It's just kind of within the tone that this is. I don't know why this damn boss was just that ravenous in the first damn stage. I mean, I like video games can sometimes be notorious for that, for doing like where you fight a boss and these things whip your ass and it's the first damn stage. I mean, I just feel like it was the same concept where the boss in stage 0 was kind of troublesome. It's not to say like it's just that, like me being that out of shape in terms of playing games, but this is kind of the concept. I just think the factor behind it is just a little bit the difficulty setting just ramps up within the aspect of just being a little bit awkward within the concept behind it. It's just kind of within the tone, but you know, it just makes me question. I mean, like I said, that boss right there is the exact damn reason why I picked easy mode, just because I knew if I would have played that on normal or hard, that would have been the end of it, and I would have wasted $20 on this game that I spent on it, just trying to say if I would have started this on probably even normal mode, that would have been the depiction about it. But yeah, so what I realized to figure out what you have to do, but the next episode is not going to be figuring that out. So there's more of this coming on the way here, folks. So stay tuned.